Good evening. So first off, I just want to thank the three councillors that are here, and I want to thank Judith for being here. It's disheartening to see that none of the federal candidates could be bothered showing up. It's disheartening to see that the member for Port Arthur couldn't be bothered showing up. Obviously, this side town doesn't matter to him. It's disappointing to see that the mayor can't show up for this. Where is our mayor? He also sits on the Police Services Board, and this is a significant police service matter. It's good to see Councillor Oliver here, and I'm assuming in that capacity in particular. You are right that this is a question of urban design in many regards, and the problems come from that. And for a long time, I've been an advocate of harm reduction, but we're not talking about harm reduction in this neighborhood. We're talking about harm transference. The harm is being transferred from addicts to my children. I've got 5 kids, and when they go down that lane and find a bottle and spoon that some junkie has been using and hasn't had the decency to dispose of properly, it puts them at risk. Those drugs will kill an elephant. What do you think the residue harm is going to do to my 7-year-old? I don't want to hear about points, although Shelter House runs a needle giveaway and it's got to stop. The giveaway has to stop. You want a needle, you bring a needle. And that needs to be made clear. I would rather see a safe injection site than that needle exchange program. Because it is not an exchange. My sympathy is with my children, not with the addicts. Yeah. They have made their choice. My children should be able to play safely. Yeah. We had an editorial in the Vertical Journal that talked about the fact that children used to roam 10 kilometers on their own. You've got parents that won't send their kids to school and let them walk to school hundreds of meters away, let alone kilometers. You are too busy paving Golf Links Road to invest in this community. You'll put the Northwest Arterial in, people still talk about that, and you'll allow the untrammeled development out in Needing, out in McIntyre, that bleeds this city of resources. We cannot afford the things we need because we are paying for pavement. Meanwhile, whole blocks sit vacant and empty, collecting no tax revenue. These are the most efficient areas of the city. Our block, my block, 100 block of East, 100 block of Cameron, generates more tax revenue than the places out on Tuxedo do. It's 3.7 acres our block, and there are a little over 20 residences. The solutions are clear. First, the city needs to show leadership in downtown Fort William. Victoriaville needs to come down when we talk about urban design. Yes. That was a blight when it went in, well-meaning. We all know that it's failed. There is nothing wrong with making a mistake. The shame is in when you fail to do anything once you realize that mistake has been made. When you try to make excuses for not rectifying your mistakes. So that's the first step. I agree with my neighbor. Forget blocking it off. Close Mackenzie Street off completely. Parcel out the lots. Sell them to the neighbors. Close Mackenzie. Completely. Pull up the asphalt. You won't have to worry about paving anymore. You'll save tax dollars there. You'll be able to sell the lots to developers or to the neighbors, and you'll be able to deal with one of the problems. Next, with regards, you know what? One of the best things that happened in the neighborhood was when the old convenience store at the corner of Mackenzie and Cummings burnt to the ground. But it was a 9-unit tenement. I remember when it was for sale. And they were proudly boasting of the fact it was selling for $55,000, but it would net you $50,000 a year in rent. The subhuman tenement conditions that we allow to exist as an excuse for social housing need to be rectified. Our representatives from the city need to get into action, ensure that the places that are being rented, that tax dollars are subsidizing, are fit for human habitation. And if you want to see an example of how to do it right, you go right next to St. Luke's and you'll see the place that young Sebastian renovated. He inherited it from his old man when his old man passed away. And he worked, and he worked, and he worked, and he worked, and he cleaned it up. It was a burnt out shell. But you look where you just went, 139 D Street? Or 139? No, 139. Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that the place just were, 139 D. The best thing that could happen to my block is if that building burnt to the ground. So, get those firefighters in there, do a home inspection when the fire alarms aren't up to code, when the evacuation plan's not in place, when there are closed off doorways, start hammering the owner.
Yeah.
I don't care as much. I know the owner of that building, I've sympathetic for it, but you know what? You took it on. If you couldn't manage it, then you shouldn't have taken it on. You don't dump your inability to deal with the situation on your neighbors. And you bring the health unit in. These places are hellholes. And I'm tired of the bull feathers that are going around for excuses and the kumbaya and the you have to do it yourself. We've got people talking about putting their own money in. Well, I pay taxes for this city to do its job and make my community safe. If that's not a core function of government, I don't know what is. You have the exclusive preserve on the use of force. I don't have the right to protect my neighborhood. That's the police's job. That's the city's job. Get doing it.
I'm going to try to answer if I can. So first of all, thank you for that. I agree with a lot of what you said. Here's the situation. We are on the District Social Services Board. When we get a complaint, when someone contacts us directly, we address it immediately. What has to happen when you want bylaw, health unit, fire department?
We need proactive
enforcement,
absolutely. Not reactive enforcement.
Let me finish. Thank you. Thank you. So, when it comes to bylaw enforcement, okay, it is reactive. It's not proactive. We have 2,000 cases right now in bylaw waiting. They don't work after 4 o'clock. They don't work after 4 o'clock. You have to call the police for certain things. So, I try to put, every year, I try to put in the budget to hire 4 or 5 more bylaw officers. Never passed. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again the next year until it does pass to help alleviate some of the concerns with the police. Because at the end of the day, we do need that. One of the issues, and you touched on it, and I know it because we've been there for 12 years. When we do an inspection, when someone complains about to us, we should send the fire department, the health unit, the police, and the building inspector at once. Okay? That way, we will find infractions. But we need people to call us because we are proactive. We can't go door to door, knock on the door, and say, we're going to check your house. We would be sued because people will say to us, that's an infringement of my rights. And what am I going to say to a person who can't afford to fix up this? Let's say a guy owns a house or a woman owns a house, and they're poor. They can't afford it. It's not to the same standard you are. So what do we do there? It's a constant.
It's all I know.
Yeah, we enforce the bylaws as best as we